This is why I be unmotivated to make videos for real, because I just recorded 25 minutes of fucking footage and it just turns out that the audio is just not existent. I'm still trying to get used to using this fucking microphone, but this is why I like barely upload anymore. It is what it is. I'm dedicated to posting this video, so it's gonna get done. This is my second take. It's 20 degrees out, but we're gonna get it done. It's D Richard Ortiz 123 for y'all who don't know. I'm coming at y'all with another video. As y'all can tell by the title, we're gonna be talking about this bad boy right there. 2014 E350. I've had the car since October. It's currently January. I just passed 80,000 miles, so I'm going to do a little review for y'all just to let y'all know if y'all should get this car, if an 11-year-old German car is worth the hassle, or if this is actually a bad buy. This video is for anybody who's interested in getting this car, or if you're just into car shit, or if you just like listening to me yap for 20 minutes. That's what this is, so let's do it. All right, so this is the bad boy right here, 2014 Mercedes E350 4Matic. This is a beautiful fucking car. I think it's held up amazing over the 11 years that this car has been out. This is facelift. There is a pre-facelift. The lights are different and the front end is a little different. I didn't like the pre-facelift. I felt like it was a little too like retro, if that makes sense. But it's still a beautiful car nonetheless. This has 80,000 miles. Just reached it. It's really well taken care of. This used to be a Brooklyn car. And it was just some guy's car that he told me he does rentals, and he had like a Lambo and shit like that. I guess this was just his grocery getter. He just wanted the bread. So I pulled up. I paid 10K cash for this car, and, you know, here I am with this. I'm not going to lie to you, 10 grand for this car is really low. I'm going to explain why I got it for so cheap. There's two issues that this car had when I first bought it. One, or I guess both of them are fixed now. The first one I put a picture of. This bumper had a big-ass chip here. To some people, it might not matter, but to me, it was a really big eyesore, so I got that taken care of. The biggest issue was the subframe rotted on this car. So this is a very common issue on Mercedes of this era, not only just the E-Class. I think the C-Class had this issue, a couple SUVs, but basically the subframe on these cars was so weak that it would rot. And there would be a big-ass hole literally in the subframe. And this car was no exception to it. When I would press the brake, my car would shift to the left. And it was really dangerous, and I was driving it like that for like a couple weeks. Actually, no, I'm lying. I drove it for like a week like that. Then I took it to the Mercedes dealer, and they actually did it for free because there's an open recall on it. Shout out Mercedes. If that wasn't covered under recall, the guy told me I'd be paying like 4 grand out of pocket, so definitely appreciate that. I don't really see any other imperfections. Actually, I do. I was drunk driving one time, and I backed into somebody's car. Cracked my bumper. Their bumper was perfectly fine. Before y'all niggas in the comments be like, oh, you drunk driving. The handle right here needs to get refinished. I don't know how this happened. Maybe like when somebody was opening it, it just caught on something. That was there when I bought it. And let me see. I think on this side there's something. No. Oh, the wheel. I curved this wheel really bad. You're not going to see it in this light. But I messed that wheel up pretty bad. Other than that, I think it's, you know, it looks just fine to me. The tints is 5%. I think 15 on the windshield. I love how it looks on a white car. It looks amazing. You can see the blind spot monitoring on the mirrors. It's on because the car is parked. Once it's in drive, the lights turn off, and it'll turn on when there's, you know, a car next to you and stuff like that. So you guys, the headlights, you know. This is the sport version. There's a luxury package which has a different grille and different wheels. I think the sport looks way better than the luxury, so that's why I got this one. Let me show you guys the trunk as well. It has this thing, which I think is fucking cool. I put groceries in this all the time. Goes back up like that. I don't really have much in the trunk. There's some extra clothes there. It's a pretty spacious trunk. It unfortunately does not have power. There's some options that come with like a power trunk where you press it here, you can lock it. So, yeah, there's that. And I think that's it for the exterior. I'm not going to go into the engine bay. It's I think it's a 3.5 naturally aspirated V6. Makes like 300 horsepower. Nothing too crazy. I think it just sounds so solid. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like it's a really solid car. I feel really safe in this car. I felt the same way about my BMW, my 328. German cars are just built differently, and now that I've experienced 2 of them, I don't really want to go back because before that, I was just fucking with a lot of Hondas and shit. But Hondas don't compare to Germans, especially Mercedes. Ripped seats. Keyless Go also gives you push to start, which I don't have. I have to manually put in the key. But this is the interior. Has ambient lighting, as you guys can see. Has a sunroof as well. Sunroof controls are up here. Lighting controls are here as well. I really like how the lighting is like specific to you. Like if I just want to turn on this one, then this won't light up. If I want to turn on just the passenger, then my space is still kind of dark. This is the rear lighting. I think it's pretty dope. This is my little Mercedes toy that I got from the dealership. Going over some of the options, does have the 3 memory seating. All the windows are one touch automatic up down. This is the lights. Here we have the shade for the rear sunshade. If you guys can see that going down. Heated seats, no cooled seats unfortunately, but it's fine. I really fuck with this manual clock as well. I think it's pretty dope. See, I was recording this video before, like I said, and I was showing the lights, the ambient lighting. So it has 3 different options. There's solar, there's neutral, and then there's polar, which is kind of like a bluish. There's only 3 settings. I wish there was more, but it's fine. You can get this kit that I think puts it to 64 lights, but that's just a lot of work to do, and I'm not really trying to do that right now. Let me show you guys the mileage. Currently has 80,336 miles. I bought this car, I think, with 77.5. I was supposed to make this video once the car hit 80,000, but again, I just been procrastinating and I haven't got around to it. This is where you control the infotainment system. It has navigation, has radio, has telephone. I'm not gonna press this button because it's gonna show my phone number, but you can type in a number if you want to call if your phone's connected. There's Bluetooth. It does not have Apple CarPlay. The 2016 models do, if I'm not mistaken. I do have a dash cam, which is really well integrated. This is called FitCam X. I'm not sponsored by them, but if y'all want to sponsor me, I'll definitely take it. It's basically, it's like OEM Plus, It takes off the original piece that was there, and it looks exactly like it, but it just has a camera on there. I think I covered most of everything. Let me flip the camera. We're going to go into all the issues I've been having and if you should buy this car. So the first thing on my list, and this isn't really particular to all Mercedes, just this one in particular, but my brakes squeak. And I went to the dealership. They said my brake pads were fine, so I'm guessing the rotors are just warped. But when I brake, it makes a really loud squeaking sound, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to wait it out until the pads go out so I could just do one big swoop, change the rotors and the pads all together. Another issue I had was the suspension that was squeaking as well. This only happened for one day, which I find really strange. And it happened right before I washed my car. Took it to the wash, and since then, I've never heard that sound again. I don't know if it just needed some lube or what the case was, but I don't know. Another issue that I've had with this car is that when it's really cold and the car's like pretty dirty, the blind spot monitoring doesn't work. I think it's kind of weird because when it doesn't work, the turn signals also don't work. I don't know how that's correlated, but somebody at Mercedes thought that the turn signals and the blind spot should be connected. So it's kind of annoying that I can't use my turn signals when the shit is deactivated, but it's like intermittent. Like it hasn't happened in like 2 months, but it was happening before, and I don't know what it's really about. I've seen on Reddit that it happens to people, and it's kind of like you just got to clean the car and it goes away. My left tail light gets dim. I think it's starting to go out. That's really common on these cars. I've seen a lot of these cars on the street with that tail light out. I don't know how much it is to replace it because I haven't looked into it. I just checked it right now when we was doing a walk around and it looked just fine. So I think it's just starting to go out and eventually it'll just blow out entirely. But prayers that doesn't happen soon. Another issue, the transmission on this car is kind of shitty. I wouldn't say it's trash, but especially for first to second gear when it's cold, it doesn't want to go. I'd say the transmission in this car is definitely the weak point. The engine is solid. There's no complaints on the engine. There's a lot of power. It's responsive. But I just wish the transmission was a little bit better, but what can you do? Another issue I've shown you guys already is the seat rip on the driver's seat. This is really common on Mercedes of this era. When I first got this car, it wasn't like that, but I guess me sitting in it a lot, it just ripped it. It doesn't bother me too much. I do want to get it fixed. Another issue that I'm kind of having with this car is the subwoofer, this one in the back. It's like when I put the bass on and I put the radio up really loud, it kind of like vibrates. I'm pretty sure it's just going to go out soon, so got to get ready to pay for that. That's, again, it's not a car thing because all speakers go out, but that's the issue I'm having with this car. So, I figured I'd throw it in there. Another issue I'm having, and I actually recorded this, when this car is cold, it doesn't want to do shit. So when I turn on the car, the steering wheel goes down, right? But sometimes when it's really cold, it doesn't want to go. It doesn't happen every time the car's cold, but just sometimes when I guess I don't turn it on for a couple days. And this is very first world problems. Like, this car has never left me stranded. I did get a flat tire like 2 days ago. That's just me being stupid. I ran over like it's like a plank. I shouldn't have done that. I saw the plank in the road and I still drove over it. I've never had to call a tow truck. Knock on wood that I don't ever have to call a tow truck. I don't feel like this car's gonna break down on me. I don't feel any type of, you know, like this car's unreliable or things like that. A lot of negative notions about Mercedes and BMWs, Volkswagens, Audis, just German cars being unreliable. I'm pretty sure this is the M276 engine. Don't quote me on it. It's the M276, the V6, the very bulletproof engine. There's not really much issues that can go wrong. You know, it doesn't have turbos, none of that bullshit. So, yeah. The last and final issue I've been having, and I actually wanted to kind of record me doing something about it. Let me reach into it. The e-brake broke on me. So, basically, let me just flip the camera. I'll show you guys. So, the e-brake on this car is right here. You're supposed to yank the little thing, and then this foot thing comes up. I'm using a flashlight because it's kind of dark in here because of the tints. So basically, this goes in here, right? Or it goes the other way. And you're supposed to pull it, and the e-brake goes up. I guess I pulled it hard or too hard one day, and the shit just came the fuck off. I think there's a little spot right here, so I'm guessing it's just a cable and a ball. So I'm actually going to try and fix this on camera to show you guys that Mercedes are not unreliable. And the reason I yanked this so hard is because in the winter, when it's really cold, this car just doesn't want to work. When I put the e-brake on, it doesn't want to come back up. So I'll have to either put my foot under it and pull it while I'm pulling this, or I just pull this really hard. And I guess one day I just pulled it too hard and it just came off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and put this back in. Again, I think it's really just a cable and a ball that goes right here. And then it should be good to go back in its slot. And then to fix the e-brake getting stuck, I think I'm going to just go to AutoZone and buy some WD-40. I'll spray it, and then we're going to see how it works. All right, so I've been fucking with this for about 5 minutes, and I already realized it's not about to happen tonight, brother. It's fucking brick. It's 20 degrees out, and I really don't want to deal with this. So I was 100% right. So let me show you guys. I popped this little piece off. It's a ball and a cable. It goes into here, right? And it's, you know, it just wires there. And then you can pull it, and then the e-brake will engage or disengage. But I put the ball in the little hole. The e-brake isn't supposed to stay down. It's supposed to come up. So there's something wrong with the e-brake down here. It's probably another cable that's loose. I really don't care enough to go into it because it's fucking brick and I'm starving. So to answer the question that I asked earlier, are Mercedes-Benz reliable? No, nigga, don't get this shit. All jokes aside, this car's been really reliable. I've had no issues with it. I don't, you know, I'll probably just take it to my guy who will fix it. I really just don't have the energy or the patience to tear down the fucking car to fix an e-brake. It's not the end of the world. I'll probably get it done next week or week after. Who the fuck knows? Doesn't affect how it drives. Or, I'll make a video of me doing it myself. If this video gets enough likes, when it gets a little warmer, I'll sit out here and I'll just break this down. But it gets 20 degrees out. I don't got a garage where I can work on my own car. So, you know, it is what it is. That's the end of this video. I really just wanted to go over the car. Again, this video is 3-4 months in the making. I was supposed to post this months ago. More videos to come, hopefully down the line. Like I said, if this video gets enough engagement, when it gets warmer, I'll fix the e-brake myself. And if it doesn't, I'll probably just go get it done with my man's. Paid, what, 20, 30 bucks. Get that resolved real quick. And the car's back to running how it was before. You feel me? There's no issues with this. The big question, and I feel like I already answered it already. Should you buy this car? Yes. If you can find one of these on Facebook or a dealership for 12 and under, 100% get this car. Try to get one with under 100,000 miles. And hopefully try to get one that has a fucked up subframe. That way you can get a brand new one from Mercedes for free. Because why wouldn't you want to do that? I wouldn't pay more than 13 grand for this car. At 13 grand, you're looking at other better cars that, you know, this is a great car, but not for 13. 12 and under. Preferably 10, 11, maybe 11, 5, 12, but I wouldn't pay anything more than that. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to add, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm very active with the comments. I read all my comments, even if I don't reply to all of them. So if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to know, drop it in the comments and I'll answer it, or I'll make a part 2 to this video. Let me know. Anyways, it's D-Richard Ortiz 123. It's fucking brick. Y'all fucking with the sweatsuit? It's brick. I'm about to go get some eats, go chill, and yeah, that's the end of this video. Stay tuned for more. Peace.